sue. Do we have to sue to enforce violation? We need to know what we can do other than sue.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
He'll come with an answer to that.
Shall we move on to Article 6?
Well, that's a good one. Let's go to 6.
No animals of any kind shall be kept at any time on any tract which may be by their presence, may by their presence be a nuisance to any other owner, except as permitted by paragraph 17. That's horses and cattle. Nor shall any animal of any kind be permitted on any reserved area without the approval of the board of directors.
Can we include, will be shot on sight? I've had so many dogs poop in my yard, I hate it.
But this is actually not addressing that. There's the problem. This isn't talking about loose dogs on personal property. This is only talking about reserve areas or animals being kept on an owner's tract. It's a nuisance to their neighbor.
Right back.
Yeah, actually, this business about permitted on a reserved area without approval, that's kind of silly. You're going
Right.
to call me and say, can JT go down to the river
Right.
with me?
Yeah.
That needs
Right.
to
I was gonna
But
say,
he's not talking about dogs, he's talking about.
yes, it says,
cow.
nor shall any animal of any kind be permitted on any reserved area without the approval. So for me to walk across my road here in reserved area and go down to the river with my dog,
JT's out of luck.
I have to get permission, or like there is actually you can't even get
I think
permission.
that's where the leash rule comes in, when they say your dog must be on a leash.
No, this isn't even a leash. This says no animal. So tell the deer that. I mean, I don't know how the deer are gonna, I mean,
Yeah, they got a little-
no animal
That's a
of
little
any
ambiguous,
kind
you know.
can be permitted. Now, I'm being ridiculous because obviously I think we've talked enough in the deed restrictions already about maintaining wildlife, but yeah, no, what it's saying is that no animals on the reserved area, no matter what kind, at any time, in any way, leashed or not. It doesn't even talk about leashes.
Jeez, does that mean I can go shoot the oven dogs when they come by? God, there were 6 of them out there last night.
And are y'all familiar with airsoft guns?
Yeah.
I'm wondering if number 7 we could at least allow airsoft guns, or do we think that? What do you
No,
think?
because the
No. Are you laughing at me, Dan?
Yes, I am.
Why?
Only because of the history, Jane, that's all.
no, we have an injunction against the weapons, and it includes BB
I've been here
guns
too
and all
long, I
that,
can't
so
hardly
we
say
can't really
anything.
do anything with that.
Well,
Maybe advantage from that.
Tolerance, Jane.
Joe,
BB
I was
guns-
saying that
are BB guns a no because they can hurt somebody? I mean, is that the idea? They can take out someone's eye, as our moms used to always say? Is that?
Shoot songbirds and
People are actually trying to hit animals with them.
yeah.
Well, see, I just want to set up little tin cans and shoot my airsoft gun or whatever, or run around hitting trees and pretending I'm something I'm not. I don't know.
So we know now Jane has a gun over on her property. And she's a board member.
No, I'm
She's
not.
the vice president.
I'm not, but a girl can.
that line about approval of the board of directors for an animal to be on the reserve
You can
area.
have firearms, Jane, you just can't shoot.
That's
Well, yeah, well then what's the point of me bringing my airsoft gun if I can't
You're
shoot a
feeling some of the
target?
pain, Jane.
Oh, that's not what it means. It means having a horse.
But people shouldn't be shooting birds. I mean, I get that. I
You're
mean,
feeling some of the pain.
Right.
well,
Should it be
I
clarified
just shoot in
at
my
all?
backyard at home,
It's
but
pretty nitpicky, but I mean, it does say that.
Well, I mean, it's true.
what?
So what do we do about people who want to walk their dogs down around the area?
I think we need to let people do that. I mean, as someone was just mentioning, I think, hey, you have campers who have, I mean,
Yeah.
they'd have to board their dogs, and they can't bring them.
Is a domestic animal considered, is a cow and horse considered a domestic animal versus a dog and a cat?
But it doesn't say
I
domestic,
don't
it says
understand
any
what
animal.
the domestic animals. That
Because people domesticate ferrets and, all
Yeah,
kinds of stuff.
Snakes and
I had my big indigo snake I'm keeping. I mean,
I like snakes. Usually
Okay, well, I mean, what do we want to do about this? I mean,
I just would want to pull it.
pull what?
The statement that no animal of any kind can be permitted on a reserved area.
Actually, I don't want to pull it. Jane,
Okay, all right, what do you want to do?
Because we've had people keeping horses on pastures. We had people keeping a horse out here, and it became a huge deal. I want I want to be able to prevent that sort of thing.
Well, then the word that seems that we're maybe having trouble with is permitted. What you're saying is lodged, housed, maintained.
Well, but on the other hand, what do we do about somebody whose camper comes up and they've got 2 or 3 dogs and they just let them run around? That's not right.
Well, sure, we need to change the language of it, but I'm just saying to say that they can't be permitted at all on a reserved area is what I was saying would need to be removed. I guess maybe the better way to say that is change the language of that, but, well, are you saying you would not want campers to bring a dog, or?
I mean, campers are homeowners. I think people have to have dogs. I happen to be a real dog lover, and I like cats too. I find medium well. But
Cabrito.
no, I like cats. But the question, it's really the nuisance question. So, I mean, this goes, no, may be kept at any time on any track. Nuisance the any other owner except permitted by paragraph 17. Nor shall any animal of any kind be permitted on any reserved area without the approval of the board of directors. I think the original intent here was that no animal could be kept on the reserved area. I don't think this was really the dog and cat nuisance. I think that should be a separate sort of thing. I mean, I think that, frankly, I think we should insert pets under the direct control of the owner, may be kept, but if at any time the animal becomes a nuisance, I think we should have a separate sort of pet
Category.
Pet category.
Okay.
And this should apply. Let me put this note. This should apply to animals kept on reserved land. Pets under control of the owners will be permitted, but with nuisance restrictions, or with
I just want to make sure that the lawyer knows the first part means when you say kept on a reserve, we're talking about like permanent lodging for a house. I mean, for a horse, for a cow, for a kenneled dog. I don't know who would do that, but I mean, you know.
Serve land. Horses.
And then
cattle,
I have special permission to shoot them.
Horses, cattle. Okay, this should apply to animals staying on reserved land. Horses, cattle, etc. Pets under control of the owners will be permitted, but with nuisance restrictions. Perhaps in a separate paragraph. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, and since dogs and cats and nuisance restrictions are so common, there's common language to cities and municipalities and homeowners.
Just be grabbing that.
I don't want to make up how that should sound. I think a lawyer should provide us with some sort of language. It
is likely we'll get a pretty long list in some of these areas. I had an attorney draft a waiver because I was outdoor camping, water rescue, and canoeing mom for scouts, and I got pretty worried that if anything happened, I'd get sued, which I think is a reasonable concern. Anyway, the lists they come up with, from lightning to stampeding cattle, I mean, it was just all of it. Snake bites.
Fire ants.
Yeah.
Indian uprisings.
Pardon?
Indian uprisings.
I think they left that one out. I should get my money back. But yeah, point being that we may get some lists here, but whatever. Okay.
Well, part of your job, and don't be bashful about it, will be keep the lawyer under control.
Okay.
They can sometimes begin padding billable hours by going to excessive lengths. I mean, just having a well-stated, legally acceptable, reasonable thing here is going to be light years beyond where we are now.
And modern.